Today's video, I wanted to do a quick review for both of the Kosas pink powders. So I have their Candy Cloud Set. So this is their pressed powder formula in this pink shade, which is supposed to be brightening. And then I also have the powder formula. This is the Cloud Set Translucent Candy Rose Ultra Transparent. I'm gonna do a little demo. If you're not familiar with the Kosas Cloud Set, the pressed powder, this is like my favorite pressed powder. I love this. I use their other one all the time in like my regular like skin shade, but they came out with a pink powder a while ago and they were super kind to send these my way. This video is not sponsored. I'm not being paid to make this video, but I just wanted to do a quick little review for you. So let's start off with the powder formula. So this powder formula, I love it because it's super like blurring to the skin, and the pressed formula I just find really easy to work with. It's not messy, but look at how that kind of sets the under eyes, but also brightens a little bit. And I just feel like this also gives a blurring effect to the skin, which is something that I really like about the Kosas Cloud Set. It's just really, really pretty on the skin, almost like a little bit of a filter. So that is what it looks like under the eyes. So here's the one with it and then the one without. Hopefully you can see a bit of a difference there, but definitely helps to set the under eyes and blur it. And it's not like it's like a super bright pink, so it's kind of natural, which I like. It's more natural. It's not like a super obvious brightening powder. It's just kind of subtle and helps to brighten the under eyes without it looking like straight up pink, which is really great. So I really like this, definitely a fan of this. Now the other one that I have, the other cloud set that I have from Kosas, it's just, you know, like my regular skin shade. So I'll use that one all over my face, including my under eyes. But this one I feel like is more so just for like under the eyes or anywhere where you want to kind of brighten. I don't use this one all over my face. So then let's go ahead and try the powder formula. This is a giant like amount of powder. It looks like a lot. This comes with 0.705 ounces. It just looks like a lot. It's pretty large. I don't know how large it looks on camera compared to in person. I feel like in person it's probably gonna look larger, but I feel like this will last you a long time. So here it is. To be completely honest, I normally am not a huge fan of like loose powders because they can be kind of messy, which is why I typically prefer a pressed powder. But I'm still curious to try this. This one almost looks like more pink than the pressed formula. This is almost like, looks like a lighter pink. This one kind of looks a little bit like a darker pink. So I'm curious if this will show up more pink on the skin. So anyway, I'm gonna take a little bit in this brush as well. So here is what that powder looks like on the brush. Of course, I'll dab some off because I don't want it to look too, like I have too much on. But I do want to kind of compare the side by side. So let's also apply this under my eyes. So it definitely looks actually like a, I don't know, maybe it's my imagination. I feel like it does look slightly more pink under the eyes, but it's still very subtle. It doesn't look like a super obvious pink, but it helps to brighten the under eyes. I don't know if it's me, but I almost feel like the powder is a little bit more brightening. I don't know, and maybe slightly more blurring. Maybe it's my imagination. I don't know. Can you guys tell any difference between this side and this side? Here's it on the cap. A little bit more. I think the powder version almost looks like slightly like more detectable on the skin. Like it's still blurring, but I feel like it's almost a little bit more obvious on the skin. Whereas this one, I feel like is like just like barely even detectable at all. Like it's so smoothing and blurring looking. And then this side, it's still very smoothing and blurring, but I feel like maybe it's a little bit more like, it almost like feels like it looks a little bit more dry on that side. But anyway, here's side by side so you guys can see. So this side is the pressed powder one, and then this side is the loose powder one. So I don't know. Can you guys tell any difference? Maybe it's my imagination, but I feel like when I'm looking up close, I feel like the pressed powder formula just looks more seamless and a little bit more blurring. And this side, it still looks good, but I feel like it's like a little bit more like dry looking and like not quite as blurring as the one with the pressed powder. Let me actually also demo this on another part of my face. I'll demo both of these. Let's do the loose powder on my forehead, and then we'll do the pressed powder like around my nose. I don't want to test it on where it looks like a little bit more oily. All right, so I've got the loose powder. I'm just gonna take this powder brush that I have, put it all on here, grab off the excess. Yeah, loose powders are just so messy, so they're not typically my favorite, but let's just see how this takes away the shine. Yeah, it does a great job at taking away the shine. And it does look a little bit blurring. And now let's test the pressed powder. Let's test that like around my nose. Or maybe I should do it on the tip of my nose where it looks glowy so you guys can see the difference. Yeah, it takes away the shine. And it just is so blurring. A little bit around the nose. Let's do a little bit on the chin. So no surprise here, but the pressed powder is definitely my favorite. I think it's slightly more blurring, and I just love that it's not messy. And this one is still nice, but to be honest, I feel like I rarely ever reach for a loose powder. I definitely am gonna wanna try to go through this and use this though, because it is a nice powder. But I feel like this will take a long time to go through, so this should last a very long time, so it should be definitely worth the money. But yeah, I just don't reach for loose powders as often because they can be kind of messy, and I just don't really like dealing with the mess. But yeah, these are honestly both very, very beautiful. I definitely think these are really nice powders for brightening if that is something that you're looking for in a way that isn't like too obviously brightening. These are very natural, and I think they just look really great. So I'm definitely a fan of both of these. If you are interested in checking them out, I do have them both listed and linked in the description box below, so you can easily find them. No pressure to use my link, but it's there for you if you want it. But thank you so much if you use one of my links. It's no additional cost to you, but it really does help to support my channel so that I can keep making videos that hopefully help you out. But anyway, if you do have any questions about either of these powders, definitely let me know in the comment section below. If you have tried either of these, I would love to know what your thoughts are, how you like them, if you've tried any of the other shades. I think they also have a banana shade and just some other shades as well, like their regular one. I love their regular Cloud Set powder. I use the shade Breezy, and I've also used the shade Airy before. I love that powder. It's so good. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please let me know by giving me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see even more content from me in the future and you're not already subscribed, I would absolutely love it if you'd go ahead and subscribe to my channel. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you tune in for my next video.